Come and play. I mean, you hear a app demon telling you this. What you gonna do? You gonna come and play? But nonetheless, I think this movie has a pretty deep message, honestly, about technology and how we get lost in it, and especially younger impressionable minds that can happen. And I mean, it's something we see a lot in today's society, right? We see a lot of kids on their phone, tablets, and it pretty much is like a pacifier or babysitter of sorts for many parents. And I'm not knocking anybody that does it, but at a point it gets to too much, right? And that's my thoughts on this movie and what it's really trying to say about our society today and everything going on. What is up, my friends? The spooky seasons are over, but we still have this movie to talk about. So let's get right into Come Play. So Come Play deals with a boy named Oliver who is haunted by a monster called Larry. And Larry, this all he wants is a friend, but he's a fucking monster, so we don't want to be friends with him, right? And so what happens is that Oliver is pretty much like not as close to his mother really because he's a nonverbal autistic boy, so it's kind of hard for him, and then he's not really friends with many people either. What we see happen, however, is that Larry wants to be friends with him, and so Larry doesn't quite know how to express himself, right? So he attacks his classmates, and this pretty much is like not a go, right? What we do end up seeing is that Larry gets pretty bold and starts making his presence known as well. And we even see him put Oliver's father, Marty, in the hospital. So, Sarah, his mother, is like the only way that we can get rid of Larry is just getting rid of all of these electronics and getting far, far away from them. And so they're just like, because that's the only way Larry's going to be able to come into the real world. Actually, no, it doesn't exactly work like that. And so Sarah comes to the conclusion that, hey, the only way that we're going to stop Larry right now is if we give him a friend, but I don't want Oliver to go with him. So I'm just going to sacrifice myself. I'm going to go with Larry and I'm going to be his friend and I'm going to say goodbye to my son. And that's what she does. And it's a very heartfelt moment. We then see Oliver start to sort of come out and be himself. He starts being friends with Byron and other boys as well. Marty is recovering. And then we see at the end that Larry is actually going to let Sarah come out to maintain contact with Oliver, but you can't see her. The only way you can see her is sort of like how you see Larry is through the lens of the app. And so now that's what we see, and that's how we see it end. And now she has a full-on relationship that she never had with her son. And it's like, it's sweet, but at the same time, it's very sad to see that it was like tainted. And it's like, now it's like this is the only way that they can be together, but at least Larry's not an asshole, right? So that's pretty much the ending of the film right there. And so, I mean, it's a pretty direct ending. There isn't much to explain except for the fact of how it is sort of a I see the words always, I lose the words in my head, but it's symbolizing, that's what I want to say, how our apps, our social media, not just in kids or anything, are like consuming us so much. And you could even say they're Larry themselves, where they want us to be with them. And so what happens is when we're so much with them, we lose sight of everything else happening around us. And so we get trapped in this whole like Larry world, I guess you could say. And so I think that that was one of the big problems right there with Sarah not being able to connect that much with her son as well. And so we saw a lot of this happening, and I'm just like, yeah, this is definitely something that we see in our society today with many families, even couples or any relationship really, where we see our social media or electronics consume so much of our life that when we like try to put it down, it's something that we can't. It's something that chases us, sort of how Larry chased the family here. And so when we're trying to disconnect and have a relationship of sorts, it's pretty hard. But once we do realize what is more valuable, what is more important. So overall, I think that that's what the message of the movie is that sometimes we can get so caught up in technology and all of these social medias that we forget what is most important. And a very, very deep message. I do enjoy when horror movies do this. Generally, they all do it, but it takes a certain amount to do it. I mean, there you have your fun slasher films, your fun horror films are just there to be a visual haunted house, right? Like, no knocking them. I enjoy them as well. But then you have movies like Babadook. You have movies like It Follows that have a deeper, more societal message out there to portray. And I'm not saying Come and Play is like the next big like insane movie to watch that's gonna blow your mind, but it was genuinely surprising to have something like that. I mean, you could have gone and gone see The Empty Man, and you could have gotten that movie that I'm talking about, where it's just like a fun haunted house, right? But no, this film actually is a little bit more closer to that. There could have been some changes here and there to really give it that knockout feeling that it needed to go for, and I think they could have done it. Honestly, I think they could have gone a little bit different in some directions, and this would have been one of those films that is great, like monumental. This isn't like Countdown, where Countdown was that horror type thing where it's like, I'm a haunted house, you know. This was actually something, it was trying to be deeper, but I feel like some parts of it got lost in the sauce, which is something that we see happen a lot. And so ain't no knocking it, ain't no like saying this is crap or anything like that. So I'm excited with it. If you've checked it out, let me know what you think below. Definitely a surprise, I would say, because I was expecting far less from it, just from the trailers itself. I wasn't that excited for this. However, the next movie I'm excited for that kind of falls into the horror things is Freaky. That looks like a good time, especially because I see that it's from the people who did Happy Death Day, which is one of my favorite films of all time. And I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with this one. So yeah, let me know what you think about Freaky. Have you seen the trailer or not? It just looks hilarious, and I've heard nothing but good things from early reviews. So I'm definitely waiting for that one. I cannot wait. Let me know down below in the comments below what other horror movies you want me to check out that you've checked out, or any movie in particular. Of course, you know we're watching The Mandalorian, but I need to add some more stuff as well. But as always, that is going to do it for me. Make sure you follow me on social media on Twitter. Make sure TikTok down below as well. My website, Anchor, all of that good stuff. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications so you know when videos drop. And yeah, that'll do it for me. A lot of new things coming to the channel. Like I said last month, it was just like a big whoops when I just couldn't do all the videos I wanted to do. But I've broken it down into sort of segments, if you will, and I will be talking about those tomorrow. So it'll be interesting. Just wait. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive. And hey, if you're still listening, why don't you go right now and check out the video on the left? It's a good video, I can assure you that. Click on the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell for those notifications so you know when a video drops. And of course, don't forget, we're gonna have a video tomorrow. I'll see you next time. Stay positive.